approximation of what they think it sounds like. So let's hear a little bit more of that real quick. Matter of fact, let's hear what my bass sounds like dry running through them real quick, because that was another improvement they made. They made improvement to an improvement to the analog side of the pedal when it's bypassed as well. So let's see if we can hear a difference. So let me see how I want to do this. I'm going to switch them back and forth, right? Everything's off on both of them. So let's start with the original OG. All right. So now we're here, the MS-60B Plus bypass. So as you can hear, they greatly improved it. Like that is, and granted that's a little picky, but it matters because when you want something to be bypassed, you want it to be bypassed, or at least you want it to make it sound good if it's going to be doing anything to it. And that's one thing that did bug me about the original MS-60B a little bit. I always have my stuff running into effects loops anyway, so like I can take them out. I use like these effects loop switchers, and pretty much I can have I segment my board or put my pedal board into different segments, different sections, and each effects loop can be turned on and off. So when I want things bypassed, I just bypass everything. But so I've just gotten used to that. But if you want to talk about something you can use as a standalone pedal and not have that color your sound as much when you don't want it to, that comes in handy. Definitely comes in handy. So I would say they definitely upgraded that a lot. All right. So with some other good differences, better processing. So this is only four effects at a time versus the MS-60B Plus is 6 effects at a time. So that's a great improvement in the sound. I mean, in the sound as well, because say I wanted to run like a full rig. Now, me personally, if I want to run a full rig, I'm gonna need an amp. I'm gonna need a compressor limiter, either one. Um, I'm gonna need an octaver, um, some sort of distortion or fuzz or something like, or a bit crusher, and a filter. That's pretty much a decent full rig, and maybe some modulation in there if there's room. But that's pretty much 6 effects. You know what I'm saying? At minimum. That's minimum right there. Just to, have some variety on the gig, definitely will help. So with the MS-60B original, you had to sacrifice a lot. You know what I'm saying? If you're using it as a standalone pedal. Granted, on the pedal board, it's amazing because you can, have different, if you plan it in the right, put it in the right part of your board, it's like having a really, you can swap around 4 different effects in different orders in the middle of your board, which is a great help, especially as a modulation section or, using the modulation section of the pedal or something like that. Or, things, special effects, various things. So, with the new one, you don't have to sacrifice that. And not only that, but you get the additional option of running the amp model or running 2 different signal paths too, out the left and the right side. So that's a huge upgrade on their part with that. What else we got here? That's an upgrade. So the sounds are better. So for instance, this has one of my favorite preamps that I love, and right above these two is sitting a Zoom B6. I love Zoom pedals. They're just Zoom kills it for multi effects. I'm sorry, for their price, the quality and the sounds you can get. I mean, if I put this up against any of the big boys, the Zoom B6 itself, and with their limited bass stuff that they have, only one that's going to be even on top of it is the Tonex one in terms of amp models. But in terms of multi-effects units, like that have all the effects, all these are tailored for bass in these units. Everybody else kind of use us as an after effect. It's like they don't even have a blend knob in a lot of stuff. And you need a blend knob anytime you're really dealing with bass effects. That's super important. So, back to these pedals, but I would say that the new one is more like a slimmed down version of the MS-60B, the same way the MS-60B original. So the B6, the MS-60B Plus is a slimmed down version of the B6, the same way the MS-60B is a slimmed down version of the Zoom B3, which I also have. So I have quite a few Zoom pedals. One, because they're cost effective and they make great effects, and then you could chain them together, and then you got a bunch of effects, on a small pedal board. So they're very useful in that way. But yeah, as you can hear, there was amp model. The amp model definitely was an upgrade. Let's check out some of the other amps. So that was the SVT. Let's see what the Bassman does on here. We're gonna put this here. We'll leave the deep off, but here we go. Here's the MS-60B Plus. So while we're doing this, let me show you the difference. And this is what I'm talking about. This is where the only beef I have. I mean, it's not really a beef. I'm just getting used to it. Like this new pedal matrix library thing they have in here, I feel like it's more hassle. And that's just me though, but it feels like more hassle than the process used to be with the other one. But you couldn't do that with the other one. So one thing you can do is even while you're searching through the menu of the effects on this one, on the new one, you can also edit. You can edit the effects. So like as you're scrolling through, you can compare effects, amp models, and different things, and have the settings be what you would need them to be to accurately compare them against each other, which is awesome. So like even while I'm in the pedal library, the effects library, and I'm scrolling through